everybody!
Welcome to another episode of Off the Records with B Money and the Okaman. Ow! Ow!
Ow! Ow! Ow!
That was our longest one.
Still no participation from the guest.
It's so rare. It's so rare.
You just look like you're having fun.
Yeah,
I'm not going to interrupt that. No, I realize that you guys picked a concept you're not sure about, and the longer the intro is, the more you'll convince yourselves it works.
You know what? Like, I think we needed to hear that.
Okay. So this will be the last episode.
Yeah.
No, we are so sure of this.
It's fun.
Yeah, we are the #1 comedy album podcast on a Christian podcasting network. I hate to get so specific, but we're there. Our guest this week is Mike Lawrence, comedian, writer, roast master general.
Lieutenant.
Yeah. We'll count it.
Don't cost me one of my 3 jobs.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that roast master general is a lifelong position.
Yeah.
It's like the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you did win the first roast battle
On Comedy Central.
Yeah, like the one that counts.
Yeah.
Who did you? How did that work? I never really. Did you have to like roast? Was it like a round robin thing, or was it just?
It was a tournament. Yeah. So it was a just for laughs. So then your first round was booked like 2 weeks in advance. So I wrote for that, and then I knew what the next round was going to be, and I had to write for both people of that. But then what was crazy was I won the semis on a Friday, and the finals were on a Sunday, and so I had like 48 hours to write about 3 other people.
Oh,
it was
wow.
insane, yeah.
Who were the other people?
It was Earl Skakel, Sarah Tiana, and K. Trevor Wilson. And Earl was the one I didn't battle, so I wrote a bunch of jokes about him. And but the other 2, and Sarah Tiana and me were in the finals. Yeah.
And in your journey to the finals, you roasted Ralphie May.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, to me, one of the greatest roast experiences I've ever watched.
Thanks.
It's like the only time I've ever seen, like, because have you ever seen Ralphie May do stand-up? Did you ever?
A little bit, yeah.
He, like, was the most confident. He crushed every time. And Lords destroyed him in a way that made it seem like it was his first time ever being on stage.
Well, the whole roasting thing is a whole different beast, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of those guys, it's so interesting, the generational gap, which I think is probably fascinating to talk about on a podcast of old comedy albums. But, like, a lot of those guys, watching them try to come into roast battle or even judge it, they don't understand it. It's so funny. They look at us like as so mean. Like I remember talking to like Rich Voss once. Me and him would judge The Stand all the time, and he's like, "You guys go after the fucking act." Yeah. And it's like he's like, "We just talk about how they look. Like you guys are fucking,
Let's talk about their dead siblings."
Yeah. It was so funny. Like what? Like it. Like I've said things that made Nick DiPaolo go, "That's too far."
Was it that transgender people deserve to exist?
It was just the word transgender next to the word people. that pissed him off. No, but I mean, it's so funny. Like those old guys, it's like a mafia mentality of like you just
you got to protect your own.
Yeah, and you never fuck with somebody's bag. It's like anything about the act. Like now, because now, I mean, it's even harsher in 2025 where people are like going after people's fan bases and stuff like that. But I think in the old days, you never did that.
Well, you didn't have the internet either. So like you couldn't just do endless research. Now, like people are going through like Jeff Dye's garbage.
You mean material?
But
very nice that we watched WrestleMania together.
He kind of throws his garbage all over the street for everybody to see. You don't even have to pick through it.
No.
He's just like posting it.
Yeah.
God, you know what? I've only met him I've met him more than one time, but one time I met him, he was nice.
Yeah, he's really nice, but
But
it's also gonna be funny to see him like bomb at the mothership because he doesn't say the N-word enough.
yeah, I mean, but yeah, we're not a Jeff Dye podcast. We don't like Jeff Dye.
We're not into Jeff Dye bashing or
Yeah.
praising.
Yeah, we're praising.
Yeah.
In fact, we like to.
I don't
focus-
even know really what. I mean, I know that he started a GoFundMe
to move to Austin,
to get money to move.
but then like apparently he's been very vocal over the last like 6 years about how GoFundMe is like all about is just begging on the internet.
Panhandling.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's also interesting to see, and I don't know the guy very well or anything, but it does seem like watching somebody gradually move into like the conservative grift, where it's like,
yeah.
wait, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't remember you ever having any point of view.
No, you're like the dumbest guy I've ever talked to. And then the other
Yeah, we
thing,
didn't know what a lot of these people believed in because we didn't talk politics with them.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
but also I feel like that guy was just like on a never-ending quest for the last 20 years for a blowjob from a comedy club waitress. So like he didn't have any outside interests outside
No,
of
and he
wrestling.
was successful. He had the show with the old guy. like,
Yeah, he
famous
was the
old guys
young
on
guy.
NBC.
Yeah.
A young guy with the
Yeah.
old guy.
Football, was it all football? Or no, Fonzie was on there.
Yeah, it was
too.
Fonzie,
Yeah.
William
George
Shatner, Terry
Foreman.
Bradshaw, and George Foreman.
And they
Yeah.
traveled the world, right?
Yeah. It
What
was
a
like-
fucking gig.
It was just
Yeah.
like someone from dementia from every generation.
It was 4 different types of potential wife murderers.
No, but what?
and the Fonz.
Yeah, he's like the nicest guy in the world according to Twitter.
But the one thing I'll say about Jeff Dye, like, is that I have no sympathy for this man because he's obviously a very handsome guy, and for him to have not been the most successful comic just proves how terrible he is at it. So,
Yeah.
get fucked, dude.
Wow. Oh shit.
I felt bad that I said I liked him a little bit.
I mean, the
Well, you don't have
individual people don't really bother me because they'll come and go. It's the symptom of like why comedians shouldn't be philosophers or any of that shit either. But like now we've chosen
What about
for them
modern day philosophers?
stand-up philosophers, according to Mel Brooks. But like the idea that like they're now just the imaginary friends of 37-year-old incels is weird to me.
You're not supposed to know you're not supposed to have parasocial relationships with comics. Like, Brenda and I were literally talking about this outside about how we don't even have actual relationships with our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's that, and it's like I think the big thing that happened was Patreon. That now your audience is shareholders, and they put money into what your business / act is. And if you go against that, they'll defund you. And but it's funny because the whole thing is based on now I have the freedom to say whatever I want, but it's like you don't. If you do start saying something positive about transgender people when you've made money bashing them, they're gonna take the money back.
I have noticed that a couple of people on the quote unquote right have been, I think the Epstein stuff is like making people start to realize that they've been lied to, and like some of the people that we know are like smarter than those people, and they were like kind of like now they're kind of transitioning a little to the left. And if you look at their comments under like the video posts that they're doing, people are like, "You used to be funny," and it's like they're just saying that like kids shouldn't get raped.
Yeah.
But then there are also the comics who are still like, but what would you like me to believe?
Oh yeah. There's a
Yeah,
few I
it's-
can think of that would just like if Nazism became popular, they'd be making videos.
I mean-
I mean, yeah.
I'm just sitting like I think some of the left comedians who go on podcasts to bash the right is also a sensible business decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of tired.
Yeah, it is
and
all
weak
tired.
to me.
I
And
think-
also, just at the risk of sounding unpopular, I don't think what Epstein's accused of is that bad.
What? What?
The stuff that he's accused of, I just don't think it's that bad in the
Do
grand
you
scheme
even
of
have a
things.
Patreon, or you're just saying that for you?
We have a Patreon, and that's everybody agrees with me there.
No,
I mean, obviously that was a joke.
it
Everybody,
was obviously a joke.
I think it was kind of bad.
He's like, the only traffic I support was with Steve Winwood in the 60s.
No, you know, Brendan, everything he says on this is a joke. Like when he said that I was saying slurs the last episode, I was not saying slurs off mic. That's not who I am. That's not who Brendan is.
but also, this is where my autism comes in. I'm horrible at sarcasm. Like, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
So did I just upset you there for a second? Did you believe me?
yeah.
Yeah, that's,
mean, look
that's
at
a
you,
problem I
yeah.
have. I don't have. Look at me.
You look like most people that would say that. Yeah.
Oh God! All right. Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
I
now
bet 4 out of 5.
Now I don't even know. I don't have any. I have no idea
bet-
how I'm presenting
I'm
to
just saying
people.
4 out of 5
Brendan.
white-haired Brendans are pro Epstein. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, is anybody pro Epstein? Like, is anybody solidly pro Epstein now? Like, even if you're is anybody is anybody legitimately saying, come on, guys, get over it. It's not that bad what he did.
Yes, the president of the United States.
Megyn Kelly. Megyn
Yeah,
Kelly
yeah.
came
Oh, right,
out.
okay, yeah,
She
she
did
said
the
that.
whole, like,
Barely legal.
it was 15. Like, that's
No,
not a
no,
pedophile.
I saw it on there was somewhere, like, there was a video being shared of a guy who was like, 200 years ago, 15 was considered middle age. So
Listen.
now we're just moving the goalposts.
Listen, I know Brendan. Brendan hates Epstein mostly because he was Jewish.
Hey, as long as I hate the guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. We don't have to split hairs.
No, I think we all agree that there's only one great pedophile, and that is Woody Allen. Because he was a comic of the yesteryear, and that's what we like on this
and all
pod.
those great movies.
Too soon, ye.
So I have just one question about not understanding sarcasm. So wait, when you watch Friends, Chandler, just nothing.
I don't watch Friends.
It's probably good.
No, it's so funny. Our mutual pal, Chris Convey.
Yeah.
I texted like, "Hey, I'd love to be considered for this year's Globes," and he just goes, "New phone, who dis?"
Yeah.
And he was clearly joking
Yeah.
with me, but I didn't know what to say. Like I went to my wife. I'm like, "What do I do? Like, should I say it's me?" And, I was like, "Because I haven't changed my number, and I don't think he's changed his." And
Wow, that's got to be like quite a dilemma in comedy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just not get so you just take everything at face value. Generally, I mean, I
tried
do that,
taking
I
Henny
guess.
Youngman's wife, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But you said.
No, but I'm with you a little bit because I do that too. Like sometimes I don't know if somebody's doing a joke or not. Like, and it really does fucking completely make me like melt down.
Yeah.
How do I respond to this?
And it's funny. It was like a lot. My comedy. I think it's part of why I was seen as such a mean roaster is based in truth and sincerity.
Yeah.
And so like misdirection to me was just, well, now you're just lying.
Yeah. You're kind of like the Good Doctor in that way.
Oh, yeah. Is that still on? That show?
I think it just ended.
Wow, that had a good run.
That show. I remember I was working on The Soup, and every week I would pitch clips. They were just like, no. They're like, we get why you can make fun of this.
Right,
but
yeah, yeah.
nobody else can. Our host, Jade Catapretta can't be like, yeah. She can't say the word puzzle face the way that you can.
Is puzzle face like a
I've never heard
slur?
it before.
No, I just made it up.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving Puzzle Face.
Just don't know if I have to bleep that.
No, and a lot of autistic people don't accept the
No.
puzzle piece as now it's an infinity symbol.
We both recently, Brendan forced me to take a autism test.
I took like 15 of them.
Yeah, you took. And we are both.
I'm 1 point away from the like full blown.
Yeah.
It was like, whatever. It was like 1 point away from the top tier.
I will say I've sent it to 12 people this exact test.
And they're all the same.
11 of them we're all in the same range.
Well, they're all
with you.
comics that you see?
And all comedians.
Yeah, well, you know,
And
Cornell,
the one person who took it who wasn't a comic had the highest, and we were like, what? And then we realized that she did the test wrong. And then she got like a 3.
How do you do the test wrong? It's pretty
does
clear.
that mean you passed?
She was answering. She was not answering the questions correctly.
She was answering them opposite or something?
Yeah, like
You know, it's fascinating
yeah.
having taste.
she's just dumb.
Cornell Reed took it, and he got like a 4. Like, he couldn't have gotten any lower. I told him he should probably get out of comedy.
Having, like, you know, done it through like a psychological group and all of that, like I've done some of the online tests, and they're basically similar. They're just a lot less comprehensive.
Gotcha. Okay. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I always like. There's definitely some. I mean, I know way too much about 1979 second wave ska to be completely not on the spectrum.
Yeah, you are one of the specials.
Yeah, I didn't get that part of it. Like, I don't have vast knowledge of anything. I just have I don't have the focus thing. I just have the like people think I'm rude when I'm not trying to be rude. And,
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. And then just
Yeah, I always just think you're mad at me. Every time I show up here, I'm like, Brendan's gonna like beat me up.
okay.
I don't actually think that, Brendan.
And then talk to you about Epstein. Well, now, like, yeah, what Mike said about me, I'm not going to get over that later.
I don't think you. I think you have no opinion of Epstein.
I don't have. Well, I mean, you have to have some kind of opinion when you hear the details. You can't just be like, nope.
Sit in this one
Still
out.
nothing. Like Edie, I mean, no, I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, you told.
Where it gets really dark is that it's very clear that like the president has been a sexual assaulter, and now there are people who are like, yeah, but at least they were old enough to have made their own choice if it wasn't forced on.
Well, I mean, everything is off. I mean, you know, the main. Yeah. I think well, yeah, I don't want to get into the whole conspiratorial stuff, but it's, you know, the one thing that's overlooked is that this guy was running an operation to compromise world leaders and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, listen, we all know these guys are fucking scumbags anyway. It's like, of course they're weird perverts too. Like, well, you don't just like.
When the woman you run the operation with has the word jizz in her first name.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I get a little wily. Ghislaine Maxwell, that's my problematic wood of the week.
I thought it was jizz.
I think she is a smoke show.
Yeah.
You're not into it?
Wood, def, smash.
This actually
Smash or pass?
Sean, this is actually the least problematic. She's the one woman I wanted on that island. She comes in with like 10, 15-year-olds, and I'm like, move aside, kids. Let mommy take over.
Well, Mike, you're now. Enough of that. We don't need it because that's not evergreen material. People are going to be listening to this 100 years in the future, saying, "What are they even talking about?"
Yeah.
We don't even.
No, we just did the 15 minutes every comedy podcast in 2025 has to do.
Yeah, that's
the first time.
To the specific theme of the show. No.
Well, it started with Jeff Dye. I don't know. Let's stay away from.
We're talking about all Jeffs this week.
Maybe that's the problem.
Jeff Dye, Jeff not really killed.
But what's
Do you think Epstein's still alive?
I don't know.
I think 1,000%, right?
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look at everything surrounding it. I'm going to edit this out because we don't.
Don't.
I'm already on enough lists.
Hey, Brendan, they've already done enough editing when it comes to Epstein in prison.
The only list I'm not on is comics to watch in 2025.
Yeah. All right. Let's redact the last few minutes.
That would be so.
FBI's 20 most
It is so funny. Comics to watch are always people in their 20s. It would be so funny to put like somebody in their 40s or like do you ever see that Don't Tell comic who's like 83 years old?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Well, that's the
Texas
way,
guy.
That's the
Yeah,
way.
Andy Higgins.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you put that guy on the comics to watch list? He doesn't have much time.
Yeah.
Comics to hospice. But see, we have it very segregated. Younger people go on Vulture, and older people go on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, anything under 20 and over 60, you're on that show.
Yeah. Well, there's not many over 60s, are there?
They're
like
There's always a few popping up,
Yeah.
which is cool. Hey, I mean,
that's what I kind of appreciated about like really cutting my teeth in like New York comedy is there were like some open micers that were like old guys
oh yeah,
who were just characters who needed to be heard.
Charlie Abelson,
Yeah, like it was
Barbara Todish.
Yeah, Barbara Todish is like
Yeah, R.I.P. to both of them. I'm
they
pretty
both
sure.
died?
I'm assuming Charlie. I know Barbara passed.
I don't think they're dead. Much like Epstein.
They're all on Todish Island.
Yeah. They're all on a beach.
But one of my favorite things about Mike Lawrence is your mom was also a comedian.
Yes.
You are the first Nepo baby.
Yeah, I just learned this yesterday.
Yes,
Sean
I
told
have
me.
helped her get jobs. Yeah. My mom was a comic in the 80s and 90s in South Florida. She was at Todd Barry's first ever open mic. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, how long did she do it for?
She did it, I'd say, like 10, 12 years.
Okay, so she did it.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah. She was at Coconuts Comedy Club, Uncle Funny's. Yeah, open for like a good amount of people. It's weird being raised by someone who did comedy in the 80s. Like there were very specific moments in my childhood of like, you know, watching Hook and her just going like, he's a joke thief. I remember watching the show Nick Arcade and the host Fillmore, and my mom just goes, "Oh, I was with him in Fort Myers, road hack."
Wow.
So the thing I always say about being a comic was like I never had the glitz. I always saw comedy for what it was.
Yeah.
And I did poetry in my teens. I didn't want to be a comedian because there was nothing glamorous about it. Like
That's how you had to rebel, is by doing poetry.
the saddest people that came to our house were her comedian friends, for sure.
Now, did you ever go? Like, did she take you on the
Yes.
road?
Oh no, not on the road, but I saw her a few times
Oh, wow.
do sets.
Is there any evidence of her comedy online or anything? Are there YouTube?
There is
clips?
one more modern clip of me bringing her up in the early 2010s when she auditioned for when they were doing that Nick Mom Night Out thing.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so it was like the funniest moms or whatever. So
Oh, yeah.
and my buddy was like running it, and I told my mom, and she wrote like a new 5 minutes, and I asked like, can I host this just so I could bring her up?
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
I didn't say that she was my mom or
Yeah.
anything, but I brought her up, and and she didn't get it. She was cool about it. It was cool. Like it was one of my favorite moments with her that night because we went to a few open mics beforehand.
Oh,
Wow.
amazing. So she was
Yeah.
like running the set.
Yeah.
That's like really. I almost want to cry thinking about that.
Yeah.
For like literally,
I mean-
that's such a like
Yeah.
parent child thing that like doesn't. It's very unique.
Yeah.
And such a like weird bonding. Like I was telling Sean that like I talked to my dad on the phone yesterday, and it was just like, why did I call? I mean, I love my dad, but there's no like there's not that kind of like I don't know, like adult. I don't know. Like that
it's
kind
like
of
the adult intimacy that
yeah.
like you're like supposed to have with a parent, but it just does not exist. I for me, or
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna.
No. I mean,
how
me
you're
too.
feeling.
Which drives me nuts. You know.
And genuinely, every time my parents have come to see me do stand up in my entire life, it has led to like a really they're uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like the idea that you could have a night with your parent where like not only that, like she's sadder than you are. Like
Oh yeah. No, I remember one time I did a show and there was only like 12 people there. Which that was what was great about having a mom who was a comedian because you didn't have to explain why that was. She's like, "Oh, this is why I left."
Yeah.
And I was doing a joke about my grandma, her mom, and she just goes, "Oh no!" And I saw her like cry.
Wait, she was crying in the audience?
She was upset at the jokes I was doing about her dead mom. Yeah.
Oh.
Because the generational gap, we were completely different in the way that we approached humor and stuff.
yeah, I do think like in the 80s and 90s, especially from this podcast, everyone is like everything is just so innocuous and like it could not mean less what they're doing. And there was a lot of real life story ripped from the headlines of your life in stand up.
Well, and it felt like the comedy of yesteryear, a lot of it was anyone could watch it, so it had to be for everybody.
Yeah.
And now it is so much more specific.
Yeah. I mean, especially at a New York show with 12
Yeah.
people there, you're like, yeah, I might as well
It just feels like when
talk.
Might as well roast my dead grandma.
but like when Dice, there are people who do arenas now that nobody has heard of.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when Dice was doing arenas, everyone had an opinion on him, it feels like.
It did seem like a cultural moment that a comedian had risen to the ability to headline Madison Square Garden.
I mean,
Yeah.
it goes, and I mean, we've talked about it in the past, but it is just like the lack of variety and entertainment choices. Like he had an HBO special that just everybody happened to see, and there was like a wide berth of guys who were just like, "Oh yeah, all right, this is the kind of shit I was like 13 when it came out, and was like, me and my friends were just like, this is the fucking best.
And we also have talked about it at length that like the 80s too allowed people to have like a character, and they gave that character opportunities like to succeed, like Pee Wee Herman, Judy Tenuta, like
Kevin Meaney.
Yes,
Dice was a character.
And you could push that guy.
Yeah.
And like eventually he'll be at Madison Square Garden doing a hate rally.
And then it's funny as like it still happens. Yeah. As a pro wrestling fan, it's like interesting the kayfabe of it. Like when Dice goes on Arsenio.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just a boy from Brooklyn named Andrew Clay.
Yeah.
It was so fascinating because like, what I was saying before about people now just going after their fans and they know that's where the money is. Like him not realizing the money he was burning by doing that was the last thing that his fan base would have wanted was just see him cry and be vulnerable.
You don't, and now he's back in the character, and the character is actually, I think, better now than it was in the 80s because I don't think the audience was understanding how pathetic of a picture he was painting of who Andrew Dice Clay is. It's like he's like coming immediately. He loves like fat women.
Yeah, and literature is nursery rhymes.
Yeah,
those are the books he's read.
Yeah, he's like this perfect character that is like being misconstrued, and then now he's like going up to people being like, "I'm famous," and like, "Who are you?"
Well, he's like hanging out with John Lovitz. I mean, it definitely suits him and I think he's hilarious and
and he's a great actor. I mean, he's awesome in Blue Jasmine and A Star Is Born.
And I just mean in material or Dice Man stuff aside. What I've heard about him, like as a person, I just think he's somebody who's just like wants to be funny all the time, and he's just like the real deal.
Yeah, he's a broken guy, and I like that.
And I think that him crying on Arsenio and stuff, like that was that was like a big deal when it happened. But I mean, think about it's impossible to put yourself in his shoes. But he was just like so famous for like this, when that happened on Arsenio, maybe it was like I don't know, a couple years into his Dice explosion, and like everybody I think that. It takes such a strong, like that would break anybody, I think, just to be like so popular. And then it's like you get Saturday Night Live and cast members are refusing to perform with you and people are like literally hating you. And especially, I would think that would hurt the most from like Saturday Night Live, where it's like, don't you get that this is just an act? Like and I mean, I guess, you're choosing to say
lean into it because like what we do, like before he became like Dice Man was the character he did.
Yeah.
Because like he
did multiple characters.
He did multiple characters. Yeah. His life's goal was to do a remake of Nutty Professor. And because that's what his stand-up was, is that he had a buddy. Dice Man is his buddy Love.
Yeah, wow.
And he had like a nerdy character, and those were the two characters in a stand-up. And the one just got so much more popular.
Yeah. I'm surprised the closer wasn't just him beating up himself as the nerd.
They didn't have that technology back then. Be something you could do now. That would be funny. Like get the old Dice to perform alongside the old Dice.
Yeah, that era is like so fascinating too. Where everyone, if you were a draw of any kind, you got your own movie.
Yeah,
they would push you so hard. And I remember listening to that show. Was it How Did This Get Made? And they had Vanilla Ice on. Because they did like Cool as Ice, and it was the best. They didn't have any answer for this. They're just like, so why did you make this movie? And he just goes, I was 18 and they gave me $5 million. Yeah. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, we would have done it too.
He's like, I was literally in a bike gang. That's a documentary.
My favorite thing about Cool as Ice is the cinematographer on that movie is like one of like the most famous cinematographers.
It's Kubrick's.
Yeah, and like it still gets referenced a lot of being like, the movie sucks, but if you actually like, it's visually one of the most impressive movies ever made.
I bet that cinematographer was just happy to just do one take and move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You find out Cool as Ice was a one shot, a oneer.
Yeah. It's like, all right, another 4-hour day. Let's go home, everybody.
Oh, we did the film. It's done.
What's your mom's name? Is she still around, or I mean, is she still
living?
alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's do you want to give her name? So
well, she was Alice Lawrence, and then Alice Colin. She remarried, so she performed under both names. I have a few of her VHS tapes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Did you ever think about maybe throwing her a few jokes? Like during when you're running the set, being like, or like giving her tags or something? Did you do that?
I didn't. No. I had them.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't because I didn't, it was like, this is her thing. And, and it was, what it was, like you guys were talking about, like it was sweet having her like say, hey, show me where the mics are. Show me how to do this. I think every kid wants that from their parent at some point. Like one of my favorite moments with my dad before he passed was he asked me for work advice because he was like, you've, had different jobs and you've had to negotiate. What should I ask? And it's like, if a parent is able to say to their kid, like, you've accomplished something and things maybe I don't, like, that is like the coolest thing.
God, that's my literal dream.
I just did it with my 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
He gave you advice?
I told him, you have it so much more figured out than I do.
Oh, every day I ask my son, how are you so happy?
Because he doesn't know anything yet. He hasn't been, well, you could keep that happiness. Just,
oh, yeah.
I don't know, keep
that to me is parenting is just every day you keep them from cynicism. Like one more day of them, like,
I know.
Things.
I made a mistake this morning that, like, really, I'm like, I'm going to probably... like we were talking about how it's like almost Christmas, and we're like, on Thanksgiving we're gonna watch Home Alone, and then my son was like, I want to watch Home Sweet Home Alone. I'm like, that movie fucking sucks. I didn't say fucking. I'm like, but that movie sucks. And he's like, what? But you said you liked it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that I like lied to you because you made me watch this 8 times. This movie does suck. It's so bad. The bad guys are so sympathetic that you feel
Was
bad.
that
for
Ellie Kemper and
Rob Delaney, and then
Yeah.
they're losing their house,
Oh.
and this
Yeah.
boy, they think the boy
Is this
stole a
in
doll.
the Home Alone universe?
It is because
Pete Holmes is in this, right?
Yeah, Pete Holmes, I think, plays like the kid's uncle or dad.
Yeah. I think he's the dad.
But yeah, the Home Alone universe is that
And
Buzz is a security guard for Kevin's.
Is he the only existing, the only
Yeah.
original?
Yeah.
But he's like, but like they mentioned
The only
Kevin.
one who said yes.
Yeah, I just
I
saw-
remember watching the first 20 minutes, and it was just so sad about like you can't make like the whole point is they're cartoon villains.
Yes.
I don't want to watch them get hit and know they don't have health insurance.
Yeah, they're like losing their house, and they think the boy stole this like priceless doll. So they're trying to get in, and he's been left home alone. So he's just torturing these people who are about to lose their house on Christmas.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't realize there were so many because obviously, like my son likes or my kids like Home Alone, the original, and the second one. We actually we stayed near the hotel from Home Alone 2, and it's crazy how they still like that movie's 35 years old now or so. Or how,
35.
Yeah, 35.
And they still have to have like secure, like it's just like no, you can't come. Like it's all because of Home Alone 2. People still flock there.
You can't run in, slide through the
Trump won.
concierge's
Well, they just don't
legs.
let anybody like they
Trump
have
won
to keep it
twice
clean.
based on how good he was
Yeah.
in Home Alone 2.
It was his first real victory.
right that way.
With me, of course. Yeah, I saw. I guess we looked up on on streaming Home Alone, and I didn't realize there are like outside of the one you're talking about.
There's Home
It
Alone
went up to
3.
like 4 or 5, and
Yeah.
it's just like these. Everybody's different.
Home Alone 3, Scarlett Johansson's in it, as, which is like, it was made in like the 90s, so she's like kind of a kid.
And it's 4 criminals, and they're like a part of like a terrorist organization or something. They're trying to steal some component, and one of them is a woman. And it is interesting. Of like I remember watching it when I was like 13, and I'm just like, I don't know why I feel weird laughing at this, but I feel weird laughing at this.
It sucks to watch a lady get hurt.
Yeah,
And it's very fun to watch.
she's already making less money than the other 3 burglars.
to
Like,
watch Joe Pesci get hurt rocks because he's
Yeah.
like fish, like because he can't curse and it's so exciting. But like I noticed that like on Jackass Forever when they had like Rachel Wolfson doing stuff, it was like they didn't have her doing anything where she could like fall. They had
Yeah.
like a scorpion bite your lip. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like
it was all tongue stuff because
Yeah.
the other one was like her getting like tased
Yeah.
in the mouth or something.
yeah, it was all tongue stuff. It's like. And then meanwhile, like Zach ass, the big fat guy,
Yeah,
like,
like sticking dynamite up his ass and exploding. And I mean, is that where does that fall? Well, I don't want to get into a whole discussion
I think
about
we're
like
heroes.
yeah.
I think we're like feminists.
Well, but I mean, there is I think, whatever, like the whole gender stuff, but I think there is something within you where you're like, you don't want to watch a lady get thrown down a flight of stairs like you would Bam Margera.
yeah,
How amazing would it have been if they just had a stunt where like Rachel Wolfson gets thrown through a glass ceiling?
God damn it, that's a great pitch. At Lance Bangs.
Yeah, they'll probably do another one, right?
Yeah,
I missed that art show. I wanted to go.
I wanted to go too. I think it's
it
still
was
happening.
no, it was only 2 days.
Only 2 days.
Well, I saw that Johnny Knoxville tweeted or whatever that it was the
God
last
damn,
day.
I did want to see that.
Yeah, well, next time when I do their 50th anniversary. Well, we didn't ask you here to talk about yourself or your mom, Mike. No, we did. We
No,
came,
my therapist does that.
how long you been with your therapist?
Like 4 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a guy or a girl? Girl.
It's a girl.
Yeah. I have. Did I tell you this, Sean? That I saw I was going to a therapist briefly, and I saw her in a commercial.
Oh,
Like as
like
an
just
actress?
as an actor,
like not
yeah,
for therapy.
not for therapy.
No.
Yeah, I saw her once after that
what
because
was the commercial for?
Was she eating like a Carl's Jr. on a burger on like the hood of a car in a bikini?
yeah,
Was
she
it a
had
Valtrex
negligee on. No, it was a. I believe it was one of those like Offer Up, like one of those like Craigslist offshoot, like where you put used stuff. I think it was Offer Up or something, and she just was.
She was one of the cars for kids.
She
Get
wasn't doing
money,
it.
tricking people into therapy. Like,
I know, right? Yeah, it was for BetterHelp. No, like she wasn't doing anything wild or anything.
Yeah.
She was like doing yoga or something. Like she was just
okay.
in it.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, I never really thought. No, but that just to me, I was like, wait a minute. That's my fucking therapist. And then like I saw her again and I was like, I have to say something. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. But like I got talking about something else that whatever was more important to me at the time. And then it was like, time's up. And I didn't want to just be like, hey, I saw you in a commercial and I don't know, like, what the fuck?
yeah.
But then I haven't seen her. I was already kind of on the fence about, but like, how would you?
Honestly, I really feel like with a therapist, you can't.
They can't be in a commercial.
They can't have a side hustle. like if they're helping you unravel stuff and you within you,
and knowing that they
can't-
sit in audition rooms for like fucking.
like they have an unrealized dream.
Yeah. They're talking to you about the choices you should make. And you're just judging theirs.
Yeah,
And
you're like you drove all the way to say. Well, you got the commercial, I guess.
Yeah, should I turn down being on Brazzers?
Yeah.
Well, that can you cross over to mainstream from porn?
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
have to find another therapist.
Brandon, I just saw your act, and you're like, but you're in a yoga commercial.
I love that your therapist voice is Dr. Phil.
No, I was doing that Seinfeld. Remember? I saw you. You're a cashier.
I'm saying it's a great Dr. Phil.
Oh,
Move
thanks.
over, Adam Ray.
Yeah. I don't even need the makeup.
Well, we picked an album to listen to. Although
Yeah.
I could just keep shooting the breeze all day. Maybe you're right. Maybe this is maybe we
talking
just do it.
podcast?
Yeah, maybe we just talk because it's already been the majority of the episode. But we picked Steven Wright. I
Yeah.
have a pony. Right. I have
a pony.
I thought I had a pony.
Because I was like, Eye of the Pony. I'm like, that's a great fucking name. Like in the 80s, if it's Eye of the Tiger and then you have Eye of the Pony. Yeah, Steven Wright, fascinating guy, highly influential. I think him and Wendy Liebman are both two of like the most iconic, forgotten. I think Wendy even more than him of like people who really created something that people tapped into and
Oh, I think they are
They-
probably two of the most ripped off comics
Yeah.
in like comedy history. Like Steven Wright, I think he does as much as he wants to do
Yeah.
at this point of his career.
Yeah.
Wendy Liebman, I feel really bad for because I do think she's an exceptional comic.
yeah.
She's still doing it,
Mhm.
and like
She was on America's Got Talent as a contestant, and it's like you were such a pioneer
should
to
be
this
a
art
judge.
form. Yeah, I know.
I
yeah.
saw her on. There's one of those. Like if you have a digital antenna, I talk about them all the time. But if you have like a digital antenna for
Yeah.
your TV, you get all these. I think it's called like antenna TV, and they show like Johnny Carson episodes.
Yeah.
And I'll watch them sometimes. And she was on Johnny Carson, like it was probably like 1990 or whatever. And it was like one of the best sets I had ever seen.
Yeah.
Her One Night Stand on HBO, I watched it like last year. It's like 30 minutes of full on bangers, like just great jokes. And Steven Wright, like honestly, Steven Wright was somebody who I learned about before I ever even learned about stand up, because I didn't know stand up really existed until like 1995 or 96 or 97, one of those. But like on AOL, there was a lot of people quoting Steven Wright and quoting Bill Hicks, like gays in the military jokes. So those are the first two comics I ever heard of outside of like Saturday Night Live. Was
Both
like,
they were quoting both Stephen Wright's gays in the military joke and,
yeah,
comparing
I
them.
was on a gays in the military
AOL
private
chat
chat room.
It's fascinating that you bring up Bill Hicks because to me, like the Hicks Kinnison, I feel like there were way more people that tried to copy that style than the Steven Wright, Wendy Liebman, because it's a
Yeah.
lot easier to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in many ways like it's its own difficulty curve of any of these to be as even
Yeah.
close to as good as these people, but I think the one liner comic is such a hard thing to maintain. But,
It is.
Oh, I could just go up and be angry about things,
Yeah.
Not that I know that's like minimizing Bill Hicks, but to people who don't know,
There was a definite, like, starting
Yeah.
in Austin, when I first kind of, like, started dipping my toe into it, there were a lot of guys that, like, older guys who were around for the Hicks stuff, and they all had the kind of similar vibe of that, like...
It was like a kind of a cult of Bill Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do think, like, so many comics ripped them off. It's the ones that ripped off Wendy Liebman and Steven Wright that went on to, like, great success, which is, like, I think it's just, like, you're saying it's a harder thing to do what they're doing.
yeah.
it's a lot more, like, it's succinct writing.
Yeah, and it's also sillier. And I do think a lot of times, this is maybe more me, but what I'm looking for in comedy is, like, silliness. I like whimsy. I like jokes about people's buttholes. Like, I'm a simpleton. Like, and I really don't care to know what any comic believes about the world.
yeah, that's tough these days. Well, let's listen to some Steven Wright.
All right, I'll be right back. I just gotta
Okay.
make this phone call.
I'll pause it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome, from Boston, Massachusetts, Steven Wright.
You ever listen to these and think about how many of the people clapping are dead?
Yeah. I think of that every time I see a movie with, like, a dog in it. It's like, that fucking dog
too.
is dead as
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, all of the Air Buddies, they're all dead.
The puppies?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, I guess.
All the Marleys.
I used to be a parking attendant in Boston at Logan Airport. I parked jets. They let me go, though, because I kept locking the keys in them. One day I was on an 86-foot stepladder trying to get in the window with a coat hanger. I was arrested today for scalping low numbers at the deli. Sold a number 3 for $28. I was once walking through the forest alone and a tree fell right in front of me and I didn't hear it. I used to be a narrator for Bad Mimes.
I don't see mimes anymore.
They were
Like the 80s where there were mimes everywhere.
everywhere. There was, like, famous mimes.
Already we're
I
four
mean,
jokes
Marcel
in.
Marceau and
Yeah.
who
That's
else?
enough.
We're 4 jokes in. This guy's had 3 jobs, and he walked through the forest.
He's the opposite of Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
But God, it's what's so crazy to me is like that this guy, like, knowing the scene he came up with in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
like, of like all like Lenny Clarkson,
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, like.
Well, I
It-
guess this is before Rogan.
But like him being like like the famous one of those guys is
Yeah.
like so wild. Like how hard he's crushing with this when like everyone else is like just screaming.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's interesting because, like, the word economy is amazing. It's like listening to it, I feel like the way he's doing tags almost feels more influential than the main jokes themselves. I sold a 3 for $28. Like, that feels a tell.
It does
in
feel
many
it.
ways.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Attell has some Stephen Wright in him, absolutely. But like what's so
It's like a dirty Steven. He's like a Steven Wright that like fell out of a car,
Yeah.
a moving vehicle.
Well, it's like there's like there's an efficiency. Like, I think one of the things I love about Attell is that, like, I might be up here for a while. Like,
Yeah.
Steven Wright delivers like there's a gun to his head.
And I just looked this up.
Yeah.
What's so crazy to me about Steven Wright that I did not know, because you know that he had his big break on the Tonight Show. He's like the number one guy everyone talks about as being like the guy that Carson called over. He
More
was-
than Byron Allen? Nah.
Yeah, 3 years into comedy.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was doing stand-up for 3 years, got on the Tonight Show, and immediately was like an overnight success.
Yeah, but he had a long life of working at the airport and
Walking through the woods.
scalping tickets at a deli.
Yeah.
Like he lived.
When I was a baby, I kept a diary. Recently, I was rereading, and it said, "Day 1, still tired from the move." Day 2, everybody talks to me like I'm an idiot. I remember turning from 1 year old to 2 years old. I was real upset because I figured in 1 year my age doubled. If this keeps up, by the time I'm 6, I'll be 90. It was my birthday recently. For my birthday, I got a humidifier and a dehumidifier. Put them in the same room, let them fight it out.
That was 100% a joke I read online.
Then I filled my
like,
humidifier with wax.
in
and my room's all
1995,
shiny.
being like, "This is a great joke."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
I feel like that's been ripped off.
yeah.
a million times.
BJ Novak had a joke in his Premium Blend where he had a double major in psychology and reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think PJ Novak is absolutely like, your classic somebody who was influenced by
Steven Wright?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting where it goes, right? Like, and clearly, like a Jeselnik is where they're like, I want this delivery, but I want to feel like I can fuck the guy too. Because there's something interesting about the way that like Steven Wright looks and sounds, where I think part of what's the fun is the mystery of like, who the fuck is this guy? And what's amazing is like. What I find so fascinating about the act is like it starts in the middle. There was no opening joke really.
There's zero pomp and circumstance to him coming on stage, and I do like that a lot. The confidence to just start without even introducing yourself. Like,
Well, someone else already did.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do find that, and when I am doing one of my great sets, no, I try to, but I still, when I see, like, when you're doing a show and there's like, whatever, 8 comics on it and everybody gets up there and they all say, "Oh, how's it going? How's everybody doing?" And like all those kind of like extemporaneous things, I'm like, you don't need that. Like that, just go up and start telling jokes. It's hard though.
It's so hard, but like I think like the maxim of don't bore us guests to the chorus is pretty much straight ahead on all art. Like I feel like all of the razzmatazz that you have to do to get into the stuff never matters, and no one's ever going home being like, "Oh my God, can you believe that?"
How polite he was.
Yeah, he was
asked
so
us how we were
excited.
doing. He even asked us, he's so kind. He asked us to give it up for the guy before him.
Did you guys ever see Steven Wright live?
I did in the Moon Tower.
Okay.
He did a full show at the Paramount.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, it was fantastic. Nothing that I had heard before.
Yeah. Well, it was amazing. I saw him once at the Broward Center of the Performing Arts.
I performed there.
Yeah. That was the place I'd go to all the time as a kid. But I went in 2006 and saw him. And I remember there was an intermission. And just even that thought, like I went with a friend who was like reviewing it. And so he got us free tickets. But I was like, do I need to go back in?
Wait.
Like, I think I'm full from this
wow.
exact type of comedy. And I mean, we did. He's like, I got to review the whole show. But it was like, And then it was fascinating, like, because I think that's like the downside of this style is the fact that like the jokes are so interchangeable.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few one-liner comics that have released specials recently on like a thing, and I get like bored after 20 minutes where I'm like, yep, got it.
This album's only 40 minutes long,
Perfect.
which I
Okay, yeah,
is
smart.
because you don't need that much of it. But when I saw him, I felt like there were like more longer form one-liners, and there's one I don't remember the exact details of the joke, but it's something about him and a parrot in an apartment, and then but it was like Halloween, and then like the cops were coming. And he's like, "Well, how do you know if they're cops or just people dressed as cops?" And he's like, "Well, cops are just people dressed as cops." Like it was this whole.
This makes me think of Dirty Work. Hello, real cops. My favorite line.
I figured I'd leave the area because I had no ties there anyway, except for this girl I was seeing. We had conflicting attitudes. I really wasn't into meditation. She really wasn't into being alive.
There is like a real kind of love letter to a girl on this too. He sings a song.
I told her I knew when I was going to die because my birth certificate has an expiration date on it. Decided to leave and go to California, so I packed up my Salvador Dali print of two blindfolded dental hygienists trying to make a circle on an Etch-a-Sketch. And I headed for the highway and began hitching. Within 3 minutes, I got picked up by one of those huge trailer trucks carrying 20 brand new cars. Climbed up the side of the cab and I opened the door, and the guy said, "I don't have much room in here. Why don't you get in one of the cars in the back?" So I did. And he was really into picking up people because he picked up 19 more. We all had our own cars. Then he went 90 miles an hour. We all got speeding tickets.
It's that easy.
I mean,
I had the photograph on my license taken out of focus on purpose. So when the police do stop me, they go, "Here, you can go."
It's another one of those.
Yeah.
You just,
I mean, I'm just kind of impressed. His tags are all like he actually does what you're supposed to do, where there's like it's escalating. They're not like throwaways. Like they're just building. He's like stacking, and I really like that.
Well, I think it's like it is the true misdirect. Like the punchline is a little more predictable, but then the tag is the real swerve.
Yeah. You're 100% right. Like he's kind of rope-a-doping these jokes a little bit.
Because it is like funny when people say misdirection, and it's like, yeah, but if every joke has a left turn, then that is just the direction you're going in. You just make a lot of left turns.
Oh no, when I'm not home and someone calls me up, they hear a recording of a busy signal. Lost a buttonhole. I broke a mirror in my house. I'm supposed to get 7 years bad luck, but my lawyer thinks he can get me 5.
this is similar to the Dice album where people are cheering more
They are
than laughing. They're
hooting
laughing.
and hollering.
On the
Yeah.
side of the ice.
And you said this is 40 minutes, so without that, it's probably like 17.
I like to reminisce with people I don't know.
Like if he was bombing, this set would be over so fast.
Granted, it takes longer. I like to fill my tub up with water, then turn the shower on and act like I'm in a submarine that's been hit.
But that was the thing I had to realize when I first started headlining, that I still had to go slow even if I was bombing.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
If you go fast, you're just out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, learning how long 45 minutes is like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is way too long. Like, I'm so tired.
I mean, it's great when everybody's on board,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, that was easy."
Yeah, it flies by.
The next night, you're like, I still have 20 minutes left, and I just did everything."
But this is Steven Wright at the height of his powers. He's in San Francisco and Chicago, two like great comedy towns, and yeah, I mean he's demolishing.
And it's clear there's a fan base, but it is like the interactivity of the audience trying to think of where it's going and being impressed when he takes it somewhere different is fun.
Yeah, it is fun. You're there,
Like that's what the applause breaks feel like a respect of the craft as opposed to, the clapter that people often get now of, I agree with you. This is I am impressed by your craftsmanship.
They're kind of reacting like how a Magic audience would react.
Well, because he is, I mean, I was kind of facetiously saying, it is that easy, but it is like that easy where he's like, he saw one of those trucks with a bunch of cars. Like, oh, it'd be funny if each one of them had a driver in it. Like the Hedberg joke about the escalator becoming stairs. Like, it's right there.
Yeah.
And also just like, you're a nice person. Like, I don't know, there's something about you that we find interesting. And
you're inoffensive. Like, you could come up here. Like, he looks smart. Like, when you see him, you're like, he's like got that classic he's probably a professor.
I mean, it's Larry Fine's haircut, the smartest of the Stooges. I know Moe's the leader, but Larry seems smarter.
I mean, Larry. We are a Larry Fine podcast. We have this has been established.
Larry, yeah, I went to the same high school as Larry.
Yeah, different time.
I graduated a year before him.
I went to high school with Larry Fine. I graduated a year before.
Do you think he would have been like same exact delivery, same exact jokes, but he looked like Dan Cortez? What kind of then what happens?
I don't think it works.
That would be a hindrance if he was like a good look. Like if he was Matt Rife. Exact delivery, even better writing, let's say.
But it's like you look at this and then Hedberg.
Then what happened?
But like look at this, then Hedberg, then Hannibal, and then Jeselnik. Like it does take different forms.
Yeah,
it does. I mean,
and it does get different audiences. It's at its heart, it's the same thing.
It is. I mean, but I do think you had Hedberg. Then you had Dimitri Martin, and I feel like Hedberg is the club comic version of this.
Yeah,
where he's more it's less whimsy, it's more observational, but so I do actually prefer Mitch Hedberg a little bit just because I do think his jokes. He has a bit more
your
ridge.
It's like he's more he's closer to
it's
us.
also there's a musicality to this style, and I think the way that Hedberg slows the setup and then speeds up the punchline.
Yeah. No, I think that's also something I like. And then Dimitri added the music element, but him and Zach Galifianakis were both kind of doing.
But Steven Wright, when I saw him, he had a guitar. He was just still doing one-liners, but almost as a song type thing. So you may have invented that too.
God damn.
Yeah.
This guy's been ripped off nonstop.
I hate when people accuse of stealing, where it is I truly believe in the inspired by.
Oh, totally.
Or just the there are things that I've done that I mean there is just a universal consciousness too where it's just because the first somebody had an idea, they did it first, but you can't be aware of everything.
No,
and then you do something and someone's like, hey, that's fucking somebody's bit. You're like, okay, well, I can tell you exactly where I was when I thought of it. It's not.
I do think there's
and that happens to me constantly.
I do think there is the influence. I think it's almost you were just influenced by it, but I I always think of like this thing that Norm Macdonald said to me, where he was like, you know, who's got to be like feeling real smarts, is the first guy to do a ventriloquist act, because he's just been ripped off by everyone. Like, that first guy brought a puppet on stage, and then everyone, rather than knowing that was his whole bit, they just like, I could do that too.
Yeah,
and there's a little bit of that when you add like the guitar and the one-liner that I do like think of, that kind of belonged to the first person who did that.
But even like this, maybe like the fifth or sixth ventriloquist was able to do it without their lips moving in a way the first guy didn't. And that was impressive.
there is the evolution of it.
Yeah,
You got to go up to the first guy too and be like, "Hey, where'd you get that puppet?
Where'd you get
Can you make me one of those too?"
It's gonna be different. Mine's gonna be racist.
I don't know how she did it, but
That's our third Jeff of the episode.
The Jeff-isode.
There's no good Jeffs.
the only way she could scratch it was if she thought about sandpaper.
Yeah, this is. I remember this.
I think this is just Dimitri, right?
A little bit. Dimitri Thune, like.
She's a rich girl. She's from somewhere else. And her father is an incredible millionaire. You know how he made his money? He's the guy who designed that little diagram that shows you which way to put batteries in something.
I always say my dad invented that hard hands thing Taylor Swift does.
Rachel,
And that's how we got rich.
how I wish you were here. Hey, hey, I can almost see you. Having sex with Rachel is amazing. It's like going to a concert, it really is. She yells a lot. She throws frisbees around the room.
I like when I get tricked.
That's the best part.
But when she wants more, she lights a match.
Because she farted.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
Women fart during sex.
Rachel, dear.
Well, that's the brilliance of the music, where
How I
it's like
wish
it's purposely making you work less. You're
Yeah.
thinking less about where the joke's going to come.
It is.
Because
It's,
the music is kind of lulling you.
yes, of course. I can't remember. Maybe it was a New York comic, Brad Stewernagel, who was always constantly complaining about. I don't want him to like dox me, but like.
No, you got his name wrong, and I'm not correcting it.
But he would always complain about comics playing a musical instrument, being like, "It's a fucking parlor trick," and it's like, no, it actually just enhances everything, and you're 100% right. It lulls you into just being part of the show.
Yeah.
Well, and also, like, what is comedy? I mean, that sounds stupid, but it's just like you're up there to entertain people, and I mean, I think comedy clubs are just clubs. Like, I know that it's like the last stop for a lot of people, you know, like Steve-O, which I hear he's like good now, but whatever. It's like, like Jeremy Piven is a stand-up comedian now, because I guess he did some really bad shit.
We'll take them.
Yeah. Well, clubs they'll book anybody. It's like you're
Jeff-a-me Piven.
They're like, he's just accused of murder. Yeah, Jeff Piven. But yeah, like the YouTuber, like you know when the YouTubers started like infiltrating it, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're not even fucking comedy." It's like, don't you realize these club owners don't give a shit? They sell out 20 shows. You don't sell any tickets.
That's what's great about comedy is you could be convicted of an actual sex crime, and then we'll take you in to complain about how you were canceled.
Yeah.
I remember being like at the Denver Comedy Works, like my first headlining weekend there. I was like so excited, and every day at 4 p.m. they were doing a Miranda Sings show that
yeah.
that basically was drawing triple what I was drawing.
Yeah.
And it did make me feel really bad. And I'm like, why are you booking a non-comic? It's like, because that allows us to afford headlining the worst comic ever.
Well, it is kind of like, it's like, if like in the middle of if they stopped like I don't know, like if they had a UFC fight on a football field, like in the middle of a football game or something. Maybe that's a terrible analogy, but
I
it is
like it.
But there
they have to play around it.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, on the 50-yard line. I mean, that maybe is the future because people's attention spans are just going to be nothing. It's like we have to combine all the sports, and it's only 10 minutes long.
It's like complaining about what comedy is and isn't, and like bitterness. It's just like it is your own problem. Like I used to not get Reggie Watts when he would close like a UCB Whiplash or something, and then like when I got a little bit older, I'm like, that guy is there first. He leaves last.
Yeah.
He can only close, and he makes people feel good, and I don't.
Everyone is thrilled when he comes up.
Yeah.
And he's impossible to follow.
Yeah.
Like, have you...
Well, yeah, you can't follow. It's just there's too much going on.
There's too much going on.
I mean,
I followed Bridget Everett once.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was awful.
Yeah.
I bombed so hard. She makes people feel so joyful. And then I'm like, hey, guys.
Well, and the energy shift, too, is impossible. Like, you can't have somebody like belting out songs and like caressing audience members and like getting flown away on some kind of a rig.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now here's a guy to talk about, his experiences in traffic today.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I did the show in Nashville, and it was like the same time that they were doing one of those NACA shows. So like I had like friends in Nashville. So I was like, come do guest spots. And it was like Jamie Lee, Barry Rothbard, and Michael Che.
Mm-hmm.
But the show originally was like me, my friend Nick, and the band Diarrhea Planet.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got there, they had me going on after Diarrhea Planet. And I'm like, oh, that can't happen. Like, I'll go on before them and like introduce them.
Yeah.
And I was so relieved because Che went on right before me, and Che crushed so hard that I couldn't follow him. And I was like, I'm going to follow a band with 8 guitars.
Doing Thunderstruck. Like that's
It was crazy was Lauren was there, and he's like, one of these two people will get Weekend Update based on this set right now.
Listen, if I was Lauren, I would have picked Michael Che 100 times out of 100 chances.
What you don't realize is SNL saxophonist Lenny Pickett, also in Diarrhea Planet. That's where he was discovered.
Well, you know what? We only listened to parts of the first side, but I don't think we have to get it. This is streaming, obviously.
It's streaming.
And I think everybody listening to this is an album that you should just put on after this
This
episode.
album was streaming, but I didn't have a canoe, so I couldn't listen to it.
He only
This
has
album.
2 albums, too, of a guy who's
Yeah.
been doing comedy for 45 years. He has I Have a Pony, 1985, and I Still Have a Pony from 2007.
Wow.
But that's that.
The pony died 2026.
But it's
Now I just have a horse.
But he
I once had a pony.
I have a dead pony.
I once had a pony. Now I'm just stuck with a horse.
But this is somehow the follow-up album is tied into the When Leaves Blow Away. Oh, is that? I don't know if that's just a stand-up. I guess it's a comedy stand-up special. So he did a special and then released that as an album.
What does this guy do now?
I'm curious about. I feel like there is like this, like Gary Shandling was probably in this crew. Like there's a crew of like go-to guys where I don't know. I feel like they're just constantly like consulting on movies and whatever. They're just like involved. People are like, "Hey, do you have 20 minutes? I'll give you $100,000 to read my script."
I do think he does some of that. He's not currently touring, but he did just write a book, like a novel.
And I feel like he could have, he doesn't seem like he's definitely not like a Sam Kinison type, he wasn't like, boozing it up, doing blow and banging strippers. So he could very well have made a ton of money in 1985 and just did the right, invested it right and just be like, oh, I can live a reasonable life and not be bothered.
And I know, he was on like the Louis show, Horace and Pete. And he gets a lot of animated work as voiceover.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, listen, he was also in Reservoir Dogs as the radio.
Yep.
5 episodes of Mad About You. He did a decent amount. Half-baked, I remember.
Talking to the mic.
What's that?
Talking to the mic. So we can
sorry.
hear you.
No, he did 5 episodes of Mad About You. That didn't need to be said into a microphone.
Well, now, because now you have to explain to everybody what Mad About You is. Isn't that... Wait.
Paul Reiser fucks.
Really, it's... What if Seinfeld was worse?
Well...
I just remember one guy had a large head.
Guys, come on. Reiser might Google himself.
That's
I'm
true.
going to put it in the description.
Listen, I like Paul Reiser. One of my favorite things about Paul Reiser is, you know who he sold his house to? I think this is actually just perfect showing what Hollywood has become and what it used to be, how much money you can make in Hollywood. Paul Reiser had a house that he bought in the late 80s and sold it quite recently. And do you know who bought that house?
I mean, it's somebody that's the complete opposite of
So just think about Paul Reiser, who's a stand-up comic on sitcoms, did like Aliens.
It's Kid
And
Rock.
Stranger Things and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big... There's been a Reiser-sance in the last
There
few
has.
years.
It kind of
The
started with
Boys.
Whiplash, and then they did
right.
Yeah. No, he's been in a ton of stuff.
But the person who bought his house is The Rock,
Oh, wow.
which is so crazy to me. Because The Rock is, to me, the biggest movie star in the entire world. So, if he's upgrading his lifestyle, I just don't assume that he's buying Paul Reiser's
He probably,
house.
did he demolish the house and put, a fortress on the property? It could be. I don't know.
I did not consider
when
that.
you're The Rock, you're just buy that $10 million house, destroy it, and build a fortress. And we'll still, and our net worth won't even change.
You're probably right.
I mean, it's probably just the location,
But to be
but
fair,
it could be. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be just a nice house, and also The Rock probably has 70 houses.
I mean,
right?
the first time he entertained Ben Safdie there, I'm sure this used to belong to Paul Reiser. It was a great icebreaker.
Well, this says, thanks for joining us, Mike. Everybody listen to. That felt kind of abrupt.
Nerd of Mouth is my podcast.
Yeah, plug away. Nerd of Mouth.
Last Podcast Network. Yeah. We talk about all sorts of stuff. We're going to be doing an episode on The Rock soon. So
Oh, nice.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Less the riser and more the faller, but it'll be fun.
We should promote our.
We have a show. Sean and I are doing do a show on Saturday.
Two Ring Circus.
Two Ring Circus.
The Saturday after Thanksgiving at the Lyric Hyperion Theater. We don't know what the show is.
Well, we kind, it's
kinda
coming
know.
together,
We
and
know
you
what
know
it
what?
is.
It is
We
actually.
know.
It's kind of an off-Broadway production. There's, if you have seizures, maybe you shouldn't come.
Yeah, there's
going to
be
strobe.
strobe.
But there's a link to
and
the
it's kind of like Cats because we can touch you.
yeah.
Wait, the cats can touch you?
Oh, the cats can touch you, and they do a lot.
They come in. Yeah, maybe we should wear leotards.
Wait,
Yeah.
Rumple Teaser's a Rumple Toucher? I thought he just teased.
So if you want to see, two guys with great bodies wearing skin-tight leotards. We can put fur over our tits. But there's a link in the description here.
Right
and
after Black Friday, go to the whitest Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, White Saturday would
We
be.
should have called
We
it
should have
that.
called it that. Mike,
Damn.
there's nobody better than Punch Up than you.
And listen to Mike's podcast. There's a link to that. And
Thanks, man.
thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Leave a comment.
like, subscribe. Tell everybody if you're, I don't know.
Yeah.
if you know how to market podcasts,
Yeah.
email us at offtherecordspod@gmail.com.
Okay, there we go. Not at Bible.com. That was a joke. We're
Oh,
not
yeah.
on a Christian network. Okay, that was another off the record.
I
So 3 months
subscribe to
ago.
this podcast now. I'm a member of the Audience Clearinghouse.
Ow, 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 ow.